So Angela, first of all, thank you for being on. For this example, we're going to make it a bit interesting and we're going to pick a fictitious person and we're going to follow their journey all through the Colombian healthcare system. So can you tell me first, what is a super gringo name?
John.
Okay, let's call this person John.
Okay.
And we're going to follow John's travel through the Colombian healthcare system from purchase to injury to claim to the end. Okay?
Perfect.
That sounds good?
Great.
Okay, so first question. John is currently, let's say, in California, US. He wants to visit Medellin, Colombia. To get the health insurance, should he be buying it before or after he gets to Colombia?
It all depends on what the client needs. If he's applying for a visa and he's in the process of doing so already from California, it might be a good idea if he starts inquiring about what insurance he needs. Mm-hmm. Another option, he might wait and come to Colombia on a tourist visa. And when he gets ready to apply for his visa, then he can search for policies and insurance information.
Okay, that's good. And once, let's say that he's not applying for a visa yet, he's coming as a tourist, and John's 90 days is almost up and it's time to apply for a visa, so he needs the insurance, right? How does John go about finding the best insurance plan for him?
There are many options out there for John, and it depends on his age. Is he a 20-year-old, a 30, 40, 50, or 60-year-old? Depends on the life frame you're in and what his needs are. He's here more for health, for his preventive care, or he's someone that needs a lot to be going into the doctor. He can look at different options and different plans that are available.
Let's assume that John is a 50-year-old guy, has no underlying conditions right now, but he's 50, so maybe he needs to do some. So what would you recommend for him in terms of looking for insurances? Where should he be looking?
If he's looking to satisfy only his visa and he doesn't really care about his health care, not so concerned about that, because he might be 50, but he's totally a healthy guy. Mm-hmm. He can go for the cheapest plan and still have very good coverage.
Okay.
Or John could be another person that might say to me, not only do I'm doing this for my visa, but I'm staying long-term in Colombia. Maybe I'll marry someone and stay living in Colombia.
John's got some
I
big
want
dreams.
the top plan that offers me more coverages, travel, etc.
So all insurances, they have different processes in claiming and stuff. So I guess for the purpose of this video, we should just pick one insurance. Could you recommend, in your opinion, the best insurance for John? And just tell us what that costs and the name of it, so we can refer to that as going forward in the video. Let's say John is 50, he's pretty healthy, he goes to the gym, he travels a lot, but yeah, he does have a little bit of concerns on his mind about getting older, and he will be going for, regular checkups just to make sure that nothing is wrong.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe visit the dentist, and he wants to find someone to marry, so he needs to have the nice teeth. So he's going to do some cleaning and treatment.
He wants to look well.
He wants to look good. Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so John is 50. He's pretty healthy, but he is also concerned about his preventive care, along as having his visa, looking for a girlfriend, looking nice. I would recommend, we have 3 plans. To me, the top plan is Global. It could be between 7 million pesos a year. That's like roughly $1,600 a year.
Yep.
If you divide that per month, that's pretty good compared to what you find in the US, I would say.
$120 a month?
Something like that.
Okay.
150. Let's just say safe, 150. I would go for Global. Okay. Number 1 is the top. I call it our gold plan. It has no limitations at all, unlimited. So Global is really the top. It depends on the client's budget.
Okay, so let's choose that. John is an entrepreneur, or he has a good job, so he can afford that $1,500 or something like that, which is pretty good for healthcare, I guess, compared to the US. And if you want to know all about the plans, I actually did a video with Angela about 3 months ago. I'm going to link it in the description of this video, and it's also going to be the next one in the queue after this video ends. John has gone ahead and he's bought Sura Global. He goes to Provenza one night, okay? He's got his insurance. He's celebrating buying the insurance. He goes there one night, he's partying, he's had a couple of too many drinks, he's stumbling a little bit, he slips while he's doing some salsa moves. He hasn't taken many salsa lessons yet, so he doesn't know so much. Yeah. He gets his feet tangled, flying, and he hurts his leg, okay? Uber back home, and then he's lying in bed, passes out. The next day he gets up, can't walk, can't move, the knee has completely swollen up. What does he do?
John will know once he gets his policy. I usually instruct my clients of where to go, what clinic is good for this, which one is good for this,
Okay.
etc.
When John buys the package, does he get like a handout of saying, if this happens, do this? Is it in English?
Exactly. Yes, I do it in English.
Oh, it's in English. Okay, so
In Suda, they don't have it in English, but I do it for my clients where I have phone book directory. The phone book directory is in Spanish, but it's pretty easy to understand. According to a specialist, I got the English guide. I also tell them where to call if it's an emergency, or they just call me. You know, if it's an emergency, I'm always available.
okay, so he'll know immediately what to do by reading
Yes.
this package. So he's got, okay, my leg is not good, looking
Right.
the size of a basketball. I need to do something.
I must hurt.
So
That happened to me once.
yeah, you were drunk and dancing in
No, I
Provenza and
wasn't
you
dr-
flew
I was
flying.
in high heels, really high heels, and I was walking, and there was like a little something on the street. I fell down. I couldn't move my leg. It was so dumb.
Did you have health insurance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
So I was taken care of.
So John, he's found in the leaflet, in case of emergency, go to this place. Does John have to call and book an appointment, or he just gets an Uber and goes there?
No, he gets an Uber and he gets there and he says, I had an accident, an emergency, and he's taking care of.
Okay, so he hops or crawls to the door. And what if he can't walk at all? Can he get someone to come and
He can get
carry
a cab.
him?
We do have like an EMI service, which is like an ambulance service, and
Okay.
depending on how serious the situation is, it might be covered.
Okay.
It all depends.
For example, he broke both knees.
Oh my God, you gotta call and there's a city ambulance.
Okay, and the ambulance comes under the
Yes,
insurance,
and
picks him up,
and
and takes him to the hospital.
right.
So let's assume it was just one knee, and he can somehow make his way to the Clínica Campestre.
Right.
So he goes there and he tells them, "Hey, look at this, bad. I need some help." He doesn't speak Spanish, that's why I'm.
They'll find a way. There are a lot of I found that, which is great. Before it wasn't like that. Many of our hospitals in Medellin, there's like a bilingual department.
Oh, cool. So he'll be taken care of.
But the other thing that I've done with my clients is that if they're in an emergency, they're really frustrated. Nobody understands them. That could happen. I tell them, I'm on call with you. Let me talk to that person. Put that person on the phone and I'll explain who you are, what's happening. You're nervous. You don't know.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay, so he goes there, and then they get all his details, and then what? They put him in a bed.
They put him in a bed, and if he needs, they'll probably like say, like what happened to me, you need an x-ray.
Okay.
They make an x-ray and then they say, who's the doctor available in emergency room to see you? And then he's taken care of. They'll probably give him painkillers.
Yeah. So he's got the X-ray. He's got the pain-killing medication. Then he's back home. Then he has another appointment for an MRI. And then the doctor says, okay, you've broken your ACL or whatever. You need surgery. So all that stuff up until that point,
Is covered.
free.
Free.
Do you have to pay anything at all?
When it's an emergency, you've paid nothing for the initial emergency and for the doctor's visit. But then you go back to the doctor and you need an MRI. The copay is like 49,000 pesos. And for the MRI, other $12.
$24 for
Right, for
But the
everything.
emergency cost was nothing.
Nothing.
And what about the medicine, painkillers? Free?
No, it's covered,
It's covered.
in the emergency room.
Okay.
Anything you use in the hospital or in the emergency
Okay, so
room,
the
you pay
follow-up
$0.
consults, you got to pay a little bit.
Yes.
About $12 a
Right,
thing.
for
Okay.
consultation.
Emergency is all emergency, taken care of immediately.
Right.
But then John is back home, and then he wants to book another appointment. How does he book the appointment? Does he call someone?
Yes.
I heard there's an app.
There's an app if you have a Colombian cell number. So that's
he
why
doesn't have that.
it's difficult.
He doesn't.
That's why I come and help and I send them a link for a phone book directory.
Okay.
And maybe if he doesn't understand, I try to look up and help him what kind of doctor, what specialty is he looking for, and I give him the number. And there's Google Translate.
Okay.
Most of the expats,
So you can text
they
the
go
number.
around. You text that number.
Ah, that's great. So you don't have to call.
Buscando una cita. You translate from English.
That's really good. So you don't have to call.
No, it's a
because sometimes
WhatsApp.
that's impossible.
No, impossible. You do a WhatsApp and you say, I'm a client from Sura. I have Global Plan and I need an appointment with this doctor. And they should reply back telling you everything. You just go to the appointment with your digital ID card that I send you, your ID, whether it was a passport or a cedula, to show the doctor. You pay your copay and then he might schedule you for a surgery.
Okay. No, that's really good. I thought you might have to call. And even for me, I speak Spanish, but on the phone, horrible. It's very difficult with the background noise and things cutting out. And I don't understand what they're saying. But it's nice that you can text too. He's texted the doctor and said, okay, I need to come in for an MRI. how long does he have to wait for this?
He gets the written order from the doctor for the MRI.
Okay.
He needs a written order,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We have in the phone book directory, we have a lot of providers for this type of test. He calls in, he scans it, and they're gonna ask him, and the provider for the MRI, send us the scanned order. He sends it, and they give him the appointment and tell him, you need to come, how prepared for the, or you need somebody to come with you.
But it's
Very
usually
easy.
straight away, like a
Very
week or
easy.
less?
A week.
And for the doctor's appointment?
The doctor's appointment, that's where I was gonna go. That I cannot promise a timing because it depends on the doctor. Some doctors are really busy and very famous, and they may have a schedule of a month.
If you find a doctor that you like and it's a month, you can just pick another one and it can
Oh,
be
yes.
less, right? Okay.
You can always.
So there's
feel
ways
free.
around getting it.
Yes.
Because I'm guessing you don't want to be waiting around a month for like a bit. Okay.
No, especially if you need something like urgent.
you can't walk,
No.
Yeah.
And especially in John's example, it won't be a month. Believe me. With a policy, no. He came in with an emergency. He got an X-ray, then he got an MRI, and we know he's ready for surgery. That's not going to take.
Okay, it's going to be quick.
It's going to be approved and within 3-4 days. The good thing about the policy is that it's efficient, it's quick, it's timely, responsive. If I'm the agent, I usually try to be on top of making things happen faster.
So he's done the MRI and they said, sorry, mate, you need to get the surgery. How does that work? Where does he go for the surgery? What's the waiting time, etc.?
For the surgery, once the doctor says, okay, you need a surgery, all doctors have their software where they're connected to SUDA and all the other providers that exist. SUDA is not the only company. And they put it through for authorization. And usually I will get an email as an agent saying, John has surgery, blah, 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 authorization for February 25.
Okay.
And then I do call my client, hey, I didn't know you had an accident, and they did it on their own. Are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. He's scheduled and ready, and he gets his surgery, and he might leave the hospital the same day, or maybe he has to stay hospitalized 3 days. Everything is covered.
And that was my next question. I was going to say that once John's had the surgery, can't leave straight away. He needs to be in the hospital bed for, let's say, a week. Mm-hmm. That's all covered.
That's all covered.
No copay.
No
nothing.
copay, nothing.
Okay. How about this? Another question. During that week, he can't work. So he loses money. Is loss of income covered?
Our policy, Global, does have, in John's example, I could add an additional service where he will get a daily allowance under the policy because he's been hospitalized.
For loss of income.
Right, for loss of income.
Okay.
But that differs. He could say, my day is worth, I'm going to type in Colombian pesos, right? Because we're in Colombia. My day is worth 1 million pesos a day.
$250.
So that will make the premium higher, or
but you're
lower.
covered under that.
But you're covered under
Okay,
that.
this could be someone whose work is very physical and they're basically not working on a computer or
Exactly.
something. If they just
they might consider,
adding just to
that
protect
part.
it. Okay, so that's an option, but not included.
No, not
Okay.
included.
I think that's a good thing to know for some people.
Yes, that's good to know.
Yeah. And another question, a very important one. In that week where John is in the bed in the hospital, does the insurance cover the cost of the Netflix and HBO so he doesn't get bored?
That was funny. No.
That's not included.
But let me tell you, the private rooms in our hospitals,
They have Netflix?
they're awesome.
Yeah? What's in there?
I don't know if they have Netflix, but they're very, very well taken care of. They're very clean. They're very you feel like VIP.
Like luxury.
Very
Okay.
luxurious.
There's fun stuff to do in there?
I don't know if he wants to hook up with a nurse. I don't know.
That's allowed?
He might find the love of his life as a nurse, You never know.
Has that happened to any of your clients?
Many of my clients have Colombian girlfriends, but I haven't learned of anyone in the hospital. But yeah,
That would be a funny
our
story.
hospitals are very nice. Oh, and the other thing, John will need physical therapy after the surgery.
That's my next question. That's my
See,
next
I was
question. Hold
reading
on,
your
hold your
mind.
horses. Who's doing this interview? You or me? Yeah, so the next question is John. Once he's left, let's say that the doctor says, hey, your knee, we've done surgery on it. After it's healed, say it needs to heal for a month. But after that month, to get full strength and mobility, you need to do physical therapy. Then the doctor orders 3 times a week for 3 months physical therapy.
It's covered. Everything is
100%.
covered. And even the copay for physical therapies is like 22,000 pesos.
So you have to pay a little bit.
Yeah, for the
each
copay,
session.
for each session.
He's doing 3 sessions a week, so that would be about $15.
Right. It's very cheap. I had my physical therapy of that day I fell down, and that was really helpful.
Angela's, all her details are going to be in the description of this video. video. You can text her directly. It's a direct line and you can ask her whatever questions you want.
I usually book like a 20-minute call
Okay.
with my clients, free,
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah.
And I give them all the information they need or whatever questions. I love what I do, so you'll find it very easy to
Okay. And
to
you're
get
very
the
knowledgeable,
information.
I can see that.
Yes, I've been
Yeah.
15 years and more than 14 with expats.
Contact Angela if you want to see the next video. It's right here. Check it out and you're definitely going to get a lot of value from it.